you about somebody who has had a pretty difficult couple of weeks or maybe even couple months, and frustrated in part because you've dealt with people who led you on or didn't really represent their intentions accurately. And we've got this unconditional happy romance coming your way. And I feel like it's because you have really worked on your powers of discernment and ensured, or at least like try to stop blinding yourself to certain things that you know are actually red flags. So we have a different kind of relationship coming your way because you've manifested in a different type of love. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. And I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedwandstarot@gmail.com. It's in the description box, along with more information on how to become a member, as well as how to find one of my homemade soy candles on Etsy if you're interested. I do have the brand new scent up and ready to go. But it's not on Etsy yet. So like I've made the candles. I don't know if I want to sell them, you guys. They smell too good. I might keep them for myself. Hello, Joaquin. How you doing? Hello, Drake. How you doing? Let's see what else we've got. We're gonna go with the Prisma Visions Tarot. All right, let's see what else we've got. Death in the reverse. Ace of Pentacles. And the Gift in the reverse. So there's something about accepting that something is not working out or that something is not meant to be. This could be a person that you were kind of heartbroken over for a long time. Maybe you saw them as the one who got away. But we have Death in the reverse because there's this like undying, like really strong connection coming towards you. That Ace of Pentacles talks about long-term connections. But first you had to experience a sense of loss. First you had to accept something changing before this love could be manifested into your life. Hello, Ahmad. How are you doing? Three of Swords, the Hermit in the reverse, and the Eight of Wands in the reverse. So it does feel to me like you might have had a bit of a pattern getting caught up in relationships with people who would betray or, break your heart. You had a type or you didn't necessarily pay attention to those red flags. So there's had to be a change in your approach. And with the Eight of Wands in the reverse, I do feel like you have blocked someone who could be like the boss level villain, right? Somebody who you really wanted to make things work with this person, but you had to be honest with yourself that they weren't willing to be good to you, that they weren't willing to work on themselves. Eight of Swords. Hello, Leo. That's not what we're here for, but thank you. Hello, Universal. How are you doing? We've got Eight of Swords, which talks about somebody who was a little bit blinded, maybe not necessarily being honest with yourself about falling in love with potential or sticking around for someone who's codependent, believing someone's promises, even though I think in your soul you knew that this was somebody who is not being honest. So there's acceptance and an honesty here about what you had chased or what you had wanted for love in the past and why that was no longer going to be a good option for you. I was shooketh. Hello, Matt. How's it going? Hello, Lorna. How are you doing? So we have the Two of Chalices in the reverse, which is the Two of Cups in the reverse, and the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. a breakup that may have felt like it was just temporary, or um, a person that you loved even from a distance, despite the way that they taught you or treated you, right? I'm glad to hear that, Matt. What else do we have? The High Priestess. You're learning from these lessons. It may have taken a little bit for you to be like, fine, fine, fine. Okay, so I can't date that kind of person. Or that one person from my past, they're just going to have to like stay in the past. I have to accept it. That's how it is. With this Nine of Cups, it's that acceptance and release of somebody from your past that enabled you to manifest in the love that you really do want. The Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment. Hello, Uma. How are you doing? Hello, Tiana. Uma, if this is not working for you already, then you probably haven't watched enough of my videos. What else do we have? The Empress and the Queen of Swords. So whoever I'm reading for, this is your confirmation that you have made significant progress in boundaries and being able to communicate how you feel, what you need, what you like, what you don't like. And it is because you have gotten to this point that your words carry a different weight at this point, or that you have more power when it comes to manifesting or drawing in what it is that you want for your life. Hello, Akbar. Hello, Shane. Hello, Vahid. Hello, Rachel. How are we doing? I'm doing well. How about you, hun? So we've got the Knight of Swords and the Page of Cups or Page of Chalices in the reverse. You may not even realize just how much you impact your own life by the thoughts you have pertaining to this relationship. But the fact that you are accepting that it's done, or that you are accepting distance between you and this person, it really has changed a dynamic in your life and empowered you to find a relationship that is going to change you positively. Hello, Redbeard. How are you doing? Hello, Darnell. What's up? What else do we have? Distance, physical or emotional distance, hurting connection and situationship. So someone who was maybe a little bit of a player or not really serious about getting into a commitment, or even somebody who got into a commitment but didn't act like they knew how to respect that commitment. There could have been a long distance element here, or maybe one of you moved away, but it was too complicated. And I feel like you gave this person too many tries, too many mulligans. But now you're coming through as the love magician. You have the power to transform this connection. And you did. I think you said that's not something that's going to work, so I have to accept that it's not. And then now you have that power to draw in or manifest a different relationship. Because the reality is, I don't think this is somebody who is going to do the monogamous relationship thing. I think they were just wanting to play games. So the power to transform the connection, this is saying you have the ability to take back your own power. You don't have to let this person have power over you. Hello, Surah. How are you doing? Hello, spiritual healer. How are you? Hello, Leo. Oh, you don't have a calculator? What else do we have? Mystery. This would be like the High Priestess. This is someone who liked to leave you in confusion. They might promise you the rest of their life, or, tell you that you're the only person they want to be with, and then they disappear the next day and you don't hear from them for weeks or months on end. This world is all one continued vision of fancy or imagination. Seven of Music, which is the Seven of Wands. Yeah, we've got somebody who liked to daydream and talk about things that could happen or would happen or might happen or should happen, but they broke promises. So it doesn't matter how fancy those words were, it doesn't matter how great they made you feel in the moment, because they were comfortable making these promises or saying these things without actually backing them up, right? Oh, that's awesome, Tiana. Well done. We've got cooperation. Gods are visions of the eternal attributes or divine names, cooperating in the bliss of man, obeying his will, servants to the infinite and eternal of the human form. Reminding you that the world and the universe, they want to see you do better. And that when you work on yourself, things might kind of surprise you when they fall into place. Or, sometimes when you go no contact with somebody who is actually not a good influence in your life, sometimes that means that you randomly get money that you didn't think you were going to, or you have some other really amazing thing happen. Just a little nudge from the universe saying, yes, finally, that's what we wanted for you. Thank you. Hello, Rye. What's up? Hello, Jamaica. How are you doing? Hello, Bro Angie. What's up? What else do we have? This is the Graffiti Tarot. Nine of Swords in the reverse. And the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. Some of you may have had to actually break up with someone. But I feel like for the majority of you, this is more so like a longing that you had for somebody to do right by you, make you an honest woman, give you that, committed relationship. But it wasn't meant to be. This person wasn't willing to do right by you, or maybe right by their healing. High Priestess in the reverse. Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. You're dealing with a secretive person. Someone who didn't really want to be honest about what they were doing, how they were feeling, and what you could expect from them, because they did not want to fully invest in this connection. What else do we have? Six of Swords, Two of Wands in the reverse, Nine of Cups in the reverse. Sometimes you get so focused on trying to make something better and bringing a connection into a happy space that you lose sight of where you actually are in your life, or what you want, or who you're dealing with, because you're still like, you got blinders on, right? Like, this is where I want to be. This is, maybe it's moving in with somebody, maybe it's getting married. But sometimes it sneaks up on you, right? The fact that you don't like that person anymore, or you've realized that this individual you've been chasing is not what you want anymore. It's not who you thought it was, or maybe you're not who you thought you were. But there's been enough time that has passed for you to realize this relationship that you've chased, it's not what you want anymore. So I've asked this person out, or I wanted to, have an exclusive relationship with them, begged them to delete those dating apps, but it never happened. And I always felt like I was, not a priority. Now we have that person saying, then it's not meant to be. So if they don't want it, then I'm not going to try to convince them. Hello, William. How are you doing? Hello, Jinkal. How are you doing? Hello, Ahmed. What else do we have? Eight of Swords in the reverse, Seven of Swords, and the Queen of Wands in the reverse. I do feel like you were dealing with somebody who is insecure, but they mask that insecurity with an obnoxious amount of ego or arrogance. And for some people, I don't know, maybe it works for them. Maybe there are some people who are like, oh gosh, you're so attractive, like how you just like change that insecurity into like, a giant ego. It's great. They don't want to work on themselves because they don't want to deal with the real feelings they feel, the inadequacy that they feel, the trauma perhaps that they experienced when they were younger. And because they don't want to deal with those feelings, it ends up impacting how they treat people in their life, romantic or not romantic. And it all boils down to, am I lovable? Do I feel like I deserve to be respected by people? And because they have not dealt with those feelings, they end up causing problems. Let's see if that works. Maybe. All right, what else do we have? Hello, Hayden. How are you doing? A long distance relationship. Yeah, I mean, I think the only way those really work is if you have a way to eventually not be long distance, right? That's my opinion. So we have the Knight of Wands, the Five of Cups, and the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. After a while, you end up realizing that no matter how attractive this person is or how many fabulous memories you have, whatever deep connection you felt to them, if they continue to sell themselves short on their own perception of themselves, if they just decide to like wrap themselves up in that insecurity and sense of inadequacy, there's really not much you can do to change whether or not they're capable of being in a healthy relationship. The answer is they're not. If you don't feel like you deserve love, then you're not going to treat people around you the way that they deserve to be treated. Number one, it could be just because, you lash out at people because you're jealous of what they have or how they feel about themselves. Number two, you constantly feel like you're going to get replaced because you don't feel like there's any redeemable qualities that would make this person choose you or love you over time. You got to prioritize how you feel about yourself and learning that you are a lovable person that people would be lucky to be with, or you're going to consistently self sabotage or find a way to ruin those relationships. All right, this is the Green Witch Oracle. What else? Yes, thank you for liking and subscribing. It means a lot. 10. Maintenance, encouragement, and guidance. You may have felt some sense of responsibility or ownership trying to make things better for this person because you felt bad about what they had to deal with growing up or even in, young adult life. It's not your responsibility. Can you ease others' pain? Sure. But we all have to manage our own internal BS, right? This is someone who is not willing to do their part. Hello, Alicia. How are you doing? So we have mortar and pestle, integration, subtlety, and thoroughness. He's a good man, and thorough. Maybe they would take a little bit of time to work on themselves and then give up. Maybe they would realize that it was time to, stop partying and then they'd go back to it. Whatever this inconsistency is, they were not actually working on themselves. And yet here you are working on yourself. I think at a certain point, you just start realizing, like, I can't carry everything for you. You got to be able to do some of this yourself. You got to be able to have some ownership over your own happiness or this life, right? They didn't want to get closer to you because they felt like it was only a matter of time before they would ruin it. But the fact is, if they're not going to take control over their own life, then they don't really deserve to have a seat at the table, your table. Potion, invigoration, and empowerment. So you're taking back your heart. You're taking back your power. You're not going to hope for everything to lead you back to this person because this person seems to really only serve up confusion and broken promises. And you deserve better than that. This is the Stained Glass Tarot. Hello, Orvalor. I don't know if I said that right. What else do we have, please? King of Cups, Four of Swords in the reverse, and the Nine of Cups. So you've decided to let go of the unhealed person. You've decided that you can love this person from a distance. You can wish them well. You can maybe even wish that in another life, when they have their ish together, that maybe you would get a chance. But you're not going to wait around and hope that they're finally going to get it. So you took back your power. Said, okay, I've accepted this isn't going to go anywhere. I've accepted this isn't what I've been looking for. Hello, Grant. How are you doing? I absolutely meant grilled cheese. How did you know? Thank you for the flower, Seraphine. How are you doing? Hello, Zim. What's up? 10 of Cups, 5 of Cups in the reverse, and the Sun. So you are releasing a source of sadness and embracing your ability to find happiness in something new. And I am proud of you. You're not going to stay stuck waiting for something forever. When you finally realized that you deserve somebody who is going to pursue or invest in something real with you, instead of just giving you, it's like only being able to watch the trailer of a movie instead of actually watching the movie. This person would give you little snippets, little, breadcrumbs, and want you to like create some sort of love story in your mind with them, but you didn't get the actual opportunity to love this person or be loved by this person. Hello, Matt. I took a break. Don't worry. I ate some food. What else do we have? Ace of Wands in the reverse. And the Eight of Wands. Yeah. You say something to release this person. Cutting the cord, or just, like, I'm over it, whatever, I'm done. Maybe even for some of you, this is you blocking this person on social media. but you let the universe know you're done. You're not going to chase that anymore. Maybe for a while it was fun, but now you understand because you have worked on yourself, because you have healed from issues in your past, that it's a requirement that this person do the same. And if they're not going to, too bad. They don't get to be with you. So, Devil in the reverse, you're letting go of this obsessive energy. Hey, Alicia, can I ask you to not use like caps all the time? It feels like you're yelling. I don't like it, and I feel like we've talked about that. Hello, Albert. It's kind of a weird sentence, Albert. I feel like I should let you know this is a channel that requires that you be 18 or older. Is it perhaps bedtime? Or are you just being inappropriate? Because we got ways of handling that. Would you like to retract your statement? Yeah, that's kind of weird though, right? Oh, did I miss her doing the I take it back, Albert. I missed Rachel doing the little cat DJ thing. Is that what Turn It Up is? I take it back, Albert. My apologies. I missed the little cat thing. Rachel, I love that you're sending those. I'm so sorry, Albert. I love the DJ Kitty. Oh, I'm sorry, I missed it. I'll have to like go back and watch it. Sorry, Albert. I didn't want to make you have to like say what your age is. No, you're good, Rachel. Yes, that's true, Redbeard, but it was my bad. Can we still be friends? We got Eight of Pentacles in the reverse, the Seven of Wands, and the Three of Wands. Maybe that's what this person is trying for. Can we still be friends? Hey, I didn't invest. I didn't like, give you much to work with, but they don't want you to like completely be gone. They still want to have access to you. They still want to be able to like connect to you. And I feel like it's a little bit unfair for them to ask that. It's like they don't want to be accessible to you, or they don't really want to be a reliable friend to you. But when they need something, they want to be able to connect to you. And I feel like it was important for you to acknowledge that that was one-sided and unfair, that they wanted to be able to ghost you or just kind of like disappear and only be available when they needed something from you. We've got the Ten of Swords, the Star in the reverse, and the Chariot in the reverse. So being able to distance yourself from this person and realizing that you cannot do the healing for them. I feel like you're finally acknowledging, yes, it's a little bit difficult. I don't really want to say goodbye to this person. I wish that I could make this work, but I can't do the healing for them. I can't do all of the heavy lifting in the relationship. Each person has a responsibility to their own healing in a relationship. And that enables the two people, if they get into an argument, to respectfully get through that argument, right? So the Chariot in the reverse, this is like, I can't move forward in my own life if I continue to be stuck with this person who's not willing to deal with the problems that make it difficult for them to trust or difficult for them to express emotion. That's their responsibility, not mine. That's fair, Rachel. This is the Dead Inside deck. What else do we have? Made the list, ignored the list. So this is someone who would, I think, be able to be very specific on what they need to work on or what they need to change, what has been a problem for them. And they may even feel guilty about how they treated you or feel like, yeah, I'm probably avoidant or I, ghost people when I shouldn't. But even though they can name the problems, they haven't actually done the work to address those issues. Blaming the moon again. Oh golly, yeah. See, I should probably do that thing, but I can't because the mercury is in the microwave again. um, it's never their fault. I don't know when to do the healing, so I haven't done the healing. But at least I know that I need to do it. It doesn't actually get anything done. It doesn't actually deal with the issues. So we have manifesting sleep. That might actually be you. You're done. You don't want to keep trying to fix this person's problems for them. So I feel like instead of trying to manifest things for them or help them, you decide to manifest for yourself. Now, are you manifesting sleep specifically? Maybe. I'm real confused, you guys. What is going on with those pants? It's like, here's the hip bones, but you also have pants. Is that the top of the pants right there? And if you're a skeleton, why do you need pants? I'm confused. Anyways. Spiritual fatigue, wishful thinking, burnout nap. So whoever I'm reading for, you realize it's time to recollect that energy that you keep sending to this person or, be done. They have to deal with their own things. It's not your responsibility. I do feel like the person that you were dealing with could be someone who has some anxiety or maybe even feels overstimulated when they go in public or deal with others. They could be particularly sensitive to noise, but they rely on these anxieties as justification for staying stagnant. And I feel like you've already addressed a lot of similar things. So it doesn't really ring true to you that this person has tried when you can tell that they haven't really. It wasn't closure, open ending, unanswered, emotional hangover. They like to leave things in a question mark space, or they like to leave you in confusion because if they actually ended things with you, they would be real concerned that they'd never see you again. But they also don't want to make any promises. They don't want to feel like they owe you anything. They don't like expectations. And they want to be able to show up whenever they want. So they do the like weird ghosting or disappearing for a little while and then come back when they feel like they can. Hello, Rehan. How are you doing? Leg warmers. Hello. How's it going, Erin? Happy Sunday. Hello, Ayed. How are you doing? Why are you asking the same question over and over again? I'm confused. You did get an answer. Rachel said this is a general reading with tarot cards. Okay. Sending you protective energy. Ooh, that is creepy, Erin. Good luck with that. Marcus, you might be right about that. Well, let's see what else we've got. We'll go with the Fairy Lenormand. What else do we have? So you send some sort of notification to the universe like, hey, thanks for guiding me for so many years. I know, I've completely ignored you about this particular person who's not healed and just likes to hurt me. But I finally decided to let them go. I'm not going to care about them. Well, I can care about them, but I'm not going to chase them anymore. Isn't that cool? Yeah, isn't that great? And the universe is like, oh my gosh, no way. For real? That's awesome. So we're going to send you some flowers to congratulate you. we're going to make things easier for you. And since you've been so focused on your healing, we're looking for the love of your life, and then we're going to like deliver them to your front stoop. Is that cool? I said that without realizing that we were going to pull the rider here, number one, which literally talks about somebody who visits your house. So don't be creeped out if this person literally ends up coming to your place. Maybe it's more so like they show up at your workplace. Maybe they show up to a party where you are. But I do feel like you're going to meet this person unexpectedly, and it is someone you're going to fall in love with. Hello, Shayla. How's it going? Hello, Sandy. Hello, Meat Stick. How are you doing? You've been here before. We got a general reading, and if we have folks that want to have a personal question done, I will do that. Although I will be honest, I'm getting close to the point where I'm going to sign off. Oh, I think we need this. This is the Voyage of the Soul. So this is communication, and I do feel like it could be an invitation. Maybe you really need to be in like social mode right now, because I feel like you're about to meet someone who is going to make it that much easier for you to put this X in your past. You're manifesting new energy, and it's because you have put an end to this connection from your past that made it impossible for you to move forward. There's someone in your future who you are going to be incredibly attracted to, and this person, I do feel like the physical intimacy is a different kind of intimacy for you, because there is a person who's very comfortable in their own skin and somebody who knows how to communicate with respect. I feel like you have a much better experience with this than you have had in the past. And for some of you, you've got a person on the other side who is really determined to see you in a happy relationship, and they specifically send this new romance your way. Hello, did I see Lemonade? Hello, Lemonade, welcome back. Hello, Carrie. Hello, Hassam. How are you doing? I hope you're having a good day. Have a good one, Tiana. So we have extraterrestrial, galactic, star races, light codes, ancient, and origins. Yes. You're going to have a pretty instant connection to this person. It's going to feel like you've known them longer than you actually have. Portals, astral travel, otherworldly, unseen, and metaphysical. And it's entirely possible that maybe you did know each other in a past life. But this is karmic justice for the things you've been through, honestly. I do think there's going to be at least one person who gets pretty upset over you finding the love of your life, because they wanted to be the love of your life without actually doing all the work. They made it impossible for them to be the love of your life. So we're going to have some people learning that if you want something, you got to do what it takes to get there. You can't just expect it to, be served up on a silver platter. But this is also justice, because you have recognized, I don't deserve to be treated the way this person treats me, so I'm going to do something different. You're just slacking, Aaron, but we love you anyways. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. So we got purity, innocence, light, humble, virtuous, moral, and genuine. You've got a person headed towards you that you're manifesting that is going to be a stark contrast to everything else you've had in romance. Somebody who is working with good intentions and has also worked on themselves. It's going to feel a little bit like a daydream. And I love that for you. That's very exciting. Hello, Asin. How you doing? Yes, it is. I agree. All right, y'all. I'm going to leave it there and go relax. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you for the likes and the subscribes. Thank you for hyping if you're able to. And I will see you on the next reading. Toodles.